Mr. Williams, I hate that you're here under these type of circumstances or whatnot, but we got to do what we got to do. They even drug me out of bed. I'm supposed to be on bed rest, recovering from surgery, but this is a breaking story. So do you want me to address you as Mr. Williams or Darrell?
You can call me Darrell.
Okay, all right, no problem. So Darrell, you are the ex-husband to Alicia Brown.
No, I'm just one of the child's fathers.
One of the child's fathers. Okay. Now, she is currently married to Big Tigger, V103's top morning host. I mean, he has, I think, one of the number one shows right now in the country on the radio. And she's been married to him for quite some time. We kind of found out a lot of details surrounding Big Tigger here lately when he posted your child's mother pregnant with his child. And they just recently gave birth not too long ago or whatnot. But yeah. So I broke a story Saturday night. I saw Alicia, your baby mother, upload some very damaging videos appearing to be bruised up, busted up, stitches in her head. She tagged Big Tigger's co-host. I think her name is Francesca, if I'm not mistaken, who's new. She replaced Jazzy McBee on V103 as Big Tigger's co-host. So she is a new co-host to Big Tigger's show. And she said, ask my husband what happened. She also posted, which she deleted and I couldn't get it fast enough. She said that apparently Big Tigger was sleeping with Francesca. There's some, comments that she's made or whatnot concerning that they are actively getting a divorce and, allegedly it's due to him cheating. She's alluding to abuse. Of course, her posting that video, she alluded to him putting hands on her. We don't know what happened. I'm not even going to say that Big Tigger has done anything like that because he's had a pretty clean record, so much so that a lot of viewers thought Big Tigger was gay. Like, that is the industry talk. That is the conversation. Like, oh, okay, so he's gay. Now, yes, he was linked to Keisha Knight Pulliam from the Cosby Show, but she left. And there's some talk around that, but I don't think any abuse was alleged or anything like that. But friends of yours, family members of yours, quickly got in my DM when I broke that story about Big Tigger allegedly, okay, doing something to his wife, who is your baby mother. And they said that I needed to talk to you. And there was a reason why I needed to talk to you, because you had some information that you felt like the public needed to know, because you've also tried to talk to Big Tigger and have had no success with that. And now we are here. Basically, you guys were trying to warn him.
Right. Tried to not only warn him, I guess, but it was more about, you have a big platform. Have you seen this child? And that's what that kind of started as. And when I got word of who he was dating, Alicia, it almost made more sense to try to use his platform to get the word out that our child had been missing. And the reality is she's just hiding her. But I don't know how much of that he knew, but it's almost hard to believe that he didn't know, because if the child, or if you are dealing with this woman, at some point, I've been saying the same thing for 7 years. So I would have thought somebody from your team, I reached out directly. We tried to make you aware of the missing child, not what your wife is, anything about that, because that is your wife. And if the child is missing, wouldn't you want to help her find him? Find her, sorry.
Okay. So let's back up a little bit, because there's a missing child. There's abuse allegations. Big Tigger is the center of it. His wife, they have a baby together. Alicia has more kids. How many kids does Alicia have total?
To my knowledge, she has 4 total.
4 kids. So I'm sorry, there's a mosquito. I had to get him. Oh my God. It's Florida. Sorry. Okay. So she has 4 total.
Yes, 4 kids.
All right. And his being the 4th, the latest one that was just born.
The last one, yes.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Now, when did you meet Alicia? Let's start from the beginning and how we're coming to know about a missing child, and obviously a rap sheet that she has that everybody's like, wait a minute, she got a mugshot, she's got some child neglect charges. It's a lot going on. And there's a missing persons report. Apparently you have custody of your child and she has illegal custody of the child. The child was taken by way of, according to you and your family, by way of abduction. But let's talk about your relationship with Alicia, because credibility is a big thing here. Okay. Because Big Tigger has a very clean record and he's never been accused of anything like this before, but it's just an unfortunate situation. I'm not going to say he did it. I'm not going to say he didn't do it. But what I'm saying is credibility is a big issue here. So how did you meet his wife, his now wife, Alicia? When did you guys meet?
We met when we were teenagers, like back in 2009.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, my daughter is 17, so I've been around or I've been familiar with this woman for that long. We met back in 2009. As far as the abuse allegations go, I can say that because my own personal experiences, she's definitely lied about being abused. Go to the police and we'll get you arrested for it. It was just at a very, very smaller scale when we met because we both didn't have much. So the only thing that was happening to me at that time was I was going to jail. I wasn't losing much though. But she did
Okay.
the exact same thing to me minus the internet. She would come to court, say I beat her up, say I was abusing the child, and they would either arrest me or start an investigation with CPS, Child Protective Services, to basically cause a wedge between the relationship between me and my daughter. Any
Okay.
and everything that
So,
she would try, or any and everything that she could think of trying, she would do when it came to severing our relationship.
well, let's lead up to that. So you guys met as teenagers. You started dating as teenagers?
Yeah, we dated for a year before we broke up.
You're, okay. As teenagers.
Yeah,
From the you guys are from the Maryland area, correct?
Baltimore, yes.
Okay. All right. So very small time. You'll be shocked at how many people are in my DMs about Alicia and her shenanigans and things like that, and they're not surprised. So you guys dated for a year. She became pregnant in that same year.
She got pregnant in the year. I went to jail in that same year, and we broke up.
What did you go to jail for? What were the allegations?
The allegations was I beat her up in my car, and they sent me to jail. I had to go to court. Ultimately, it was a probation before judgment, so it was never no type of guilty finding or anything like that. Um, from that point on, she was pregnant. So from that point on, it was always tumultuous to try to get information about the pregnancy, the baby, and going forward from there.
Did you hit her?
No, no,
Did
it would
she
be
hit you?
there. There were so many instances of me going to jail and me being arrested and cases behind it. There would be times where she would say I would beat her up and I would not even be in the same zip code. I would be at work, she would be somewhere else. She said I beat her up on the side of the highway one time. I was at work, I was on crutches, and I still went to jail. Um, and all of these things is stuff that you can kind of verify, but everybody that knows me knows the story as far as the history and how many false allegations she's put on me.
And so this went on for how long?
So just to clarify, we were together like 1918. Like it was after high school. That's when we met.
Okay.
I
Okay.
was about maybe 20, 21, turning 21, and she was about 20 or 19.
Okay.
It lasted for approximately 1 year before my daughter was born. And by the time my daughter was born, I had already had a case placed on me by Alicia. We got in an argument outside of College Park when she was in college, and I took her back home. On my way back home, she took the keys out of my car while I was driving. The car almost crashed. I got the keys back. I pulled up in front of her building, and she started assaulting me and hit me with everything in the car. Police get there. Nobody goes to jail. Everybody goes home. Well, actually, when the police get there, she gets arrested. I go home. By the time I wake up that next morning, I have a warrant saying that I assaulted her and things of that nature. So by the time my daughter was born, we had already been, I guess, separated or broken up.
Okay. All right. And all this happened within pretty much the first year of y'all meeting
Yes,
and having a baby.
correct.
Okay. So second time you guys, now you guys are co-parents at this time. You're not together anymore.
Right. We're trying to co-parent, but it's still kind of, during that time, it was like, we're trying to co-parent, but we still kind of teetering the fence of, does this look like a family? Does it not?
Okay.
It was kind of both.
So how many times, I guess, because now you're saying that your daughter is missing, Alicia's police record is floating around social media. We're going to put that up here in the video. There's allegations of her leaving the baby in the car. I don't know if it was your baby or one of the other baby fathers or whatnot. Her abducting the child from you because you were given full custody. But after the first time you went to jail and there was a warrant, how many times after that, can you roughly guess, like, how many times you were, I don't know, accused of hitting her or charged with hitting her after that first incident?
I would say the next 7 years, over 6 or 7 times, she would put a warrant out on me. And the warrants and everything started because the initial time that I got arrested, I took a probation before judgment. I didn't know at the time that even though it doesn't count against you, it's not a guilty finding. If this same person or same alleged victim goes and makes a story about you or claim about you, you get an automatic warrant because of the prior incident. So after I went to court the first time, I got locked up, I'm going to say at least 7 or 8 times after that, all for the same thing and all put on me by Alicia.
Okay. How was she able to prove that you did anything to her?
Well, you don't need proof. That's the thing. When you go to file a warrant or when you go to file charges, actually, in Baltimore, you just have to go to the commissioner office and write a story. And then they look at your history or your priors, or if you have a criminal record, and they would see that, oh, I see another incident from the same victim. She's coming in here saying that, I don't know, I beat her up on this date and then I went to work, or I did, I did something to her. And that would be enough to issue a warrant. They would settle it when we go to court and actually have a trial about it, or if it even made it that far. But it would never make it that far. The mission was just to send me to jail, and I would have to fight my way out of it.
Okay. Did you ever spend any time in jail?
Yes. I spent, I've never been to prison, but I've spent plenty time in different jails all throughout Maryland. I've only not been to the jails in Northern Maryland because that's not where I'm from. But PG County, Hyattsville, Baltimore County, Baltimore City, everywhere pretty much in the mid to southern region in Maryland, I've been to jail there. And it's all because when I go, I'll get a case dismissed in Baltimore County. She would go to another jurisdiction like Upper Marlboro and say I did the same thing. Then they would put a warrant out on me. So I have now a case in Upper Marlboro in a different jurisdiction. So when she would start losing in one jurisdiction, she would run to another one. And then when it started not to work in Maryland, she left.
Okay. And so you never had any convictions, though?
I had one conviction that I got overturned. That conviction sent me to jail, or they sentenced me to 10 years at district court. She said at that time that I had, I'm trying to remember that case. It was in December. She said that I had assaulted her before I went to work. And this was with our daughter in a stroller or something like that. And by the way, this is all made up. She said I beat her up. I went to work, and I was so green to the law that at the time I went and did a trial before the judge and didn't do a jury trial. So the judge believed her, and he gave me 10 years in district court. I appealed that sentence, and because I didn't have a jury trial, I still had that right. So when I had a jury trial, nobody believed that story, and my case was overturned.
You want to learn how to turn fast web money in the future that nobody can take away from you? Well, Smart Hoes is a business school and roadmap designed exclusively for women and young girls in alternative industries. You know which industries I'm talking about. From bottle girls to dancers to online creators who are ready to transition into legitimate business ownership. Smart Hoes bridges the gap with real education, branding, and business strategies to transform your current income into long-term scalable wealth. Nobody wants to be on the stage forever, on OnlyFans forever. Get the exit strategy. Access the blueprint today at smarthoes.com. You have no reason to let body aches slow you down. Solve My Pain solves the problem. This all-natural, fast-acting formula instantly soothes joints, back pain, swelling, and bruising. I use it all the time after my workouts. Crafted with powerful, natural sourced ingredients like lemongrass, chamomile, comfrey, and ginger. It gets you right back to doing what you love. Give it a try. Order at GetEarthlyGoods.shop.
Hey y'all, hey, this is Monique Claire, owner and head baker of Jar Jam's Baked Goods and Desserts. This is where we specialize in our sweet potato based, fresh fruit, and flavor-induced deep dish pies. And we have cakes too. We have a variety of 15 flavors. We're sure to please anyone with any flavor. Visit us and see what our customers are saying at www.jarjams.com or follow us on Instagram, Jar Jam's Baked Goods. You will taste the love in everything.
Okay. So you've only gone to jail just because they had to arrest you and book you, and then you bonded out, waited for trial.
There were times where I couldn't bond out. There was times where my bail was at $250,000, almost $500,000 based on all the things that she said I did to her. And because I kept going to jail or I would have pending cases that weren't resolved, they would just stack that on top and say, well, he has to be a menace if he's still doing something to the alleged victim, so we have to keep him. So they would raise my bail higher and higher every time I would go to jail.
In between this time, how many kids did she go on to have? 2 more?
And during that phase, she only had 1. That was the second, the young boy. I believe his name is Alex.
Okay. Are you familiar with that child's father?
Not too familiar, no. The third one I did speak with, and this fourth one, he won't speak to me, Tigger, so.
Okay. When you spoke to the third one, did he go through similar things as you?
Yes. So kind of fast forward a little bit. When I started to resolve my legal troubles and get all my cases overturned, and she started to grow a track record in Maryland, so to speak, as far as her allegations. So they wouldn't initially put warrants out anymore. They would do summons, or they wouldn't believe her initial story. She left to North Carolina and met somebody, had his baby in North Carolina, and alleged that he either assaulted her or did basically the same thing. He beat her up and she's in fear of her life. This was all throughout North Carolina.
Okay. So it sounds like it's a bit of a pattern that she has. All right, so let's fast forward to your child custody situation. So with all these pending charges and everything that she's putting on you in different counties, how did you manage to get custody of your daughter?
So because I kept winning my cases or resolving my cases with not guilties, or they would be pretty much not believing her, by the time, and this is where the casino incident kind of plays into the story here. When she left my daughter in the car at the casino, that's when I initially filed the custody case. It took 4
So we don't know about, we have to assume, because this is the first time any of this information is coming out on the internet. So I did see some allegations of her, I guess, getting arrested for child neglect, leaving, I think it was your baby in the car.
Yes, this is all about the same child, same missing child. This is all the same person.
Okay, so tell us about that incident where she got arrested for child neglect after gambling in a casino all day.
This was New Year's Eve, and it made CNN. New Year's Eve, she went to the casino in the morning with my daughter in the back. She put up blankets and she put up like covers in the window so nobody could see inside. And apparently she just left her in the car, went into the casino for X amount of hours and was, just, I guess, gambling and doing whatever. She was seen on camera going to the ATM several different times to re-up on money to keep gambling. And by the time she left the casino, my daughter had soiled herself and was outside. She actually got out the car and was crying. And someone, either the parking lot security or an adult in the parking lot, saw my daughter, and they called for help. And by the time she got back to the car, the police were already there, and they placed her under arrest. This was New Year's Eve, so
what year was this?
This was 2014.
And you said this had made the news?
Yes. This may seem.
Is that news clip still online?
Yes, you can Google it.
Mother is in custody tonight, accused of leaving her young daughter alone in a car outside a casino for 8 hours. Alicia Brown faces several charges tonight, including second-degree child abuse. Tom Rousey is following this story for us, and he joins us live right now in Hanover. Tom, what do you know?
Candace, police, neighbors, parents, you name it, everyone we talked to about this, they absolutely cannot believe it. This 24-year-old mother is accused of doing this at the casino behind me on the 4th level of the parking garage. This is something even police are calling, quote, absolutely stupid.
Of course the child was cold. Of course the child was scared.
Even police used to seeing terrible things say this one is in a class by itself. 24-year-old Alicia Brown not only allegedly left her child alone in the car for 8.5 hours, police believe she also put sheets over the windows to make sure no one saw the 4-year-old. And it doesn't appear she ever even checked on the little girl the whole time.
Personally, I don't really care what her excuse is. I can care less if they had the whole car set up like a daycare center. That child should not be left in the car alone by itself.
Brown lives in Baltimore. Tonight, no one answered the door at one address linked to Brown, and in this other neighborhood on the city's west side where police say she lived most recently, a woman at her listed address claimed to our crew she didn't know her.
Who is Alicia Brown?
But neighbors had plenty to say about leaving a 4-year-old in a car when temps barely hit 40.
Especially in this kind of weather, no matter what, you should. 8 hours, that's absurd. The child could have caught pneumonia. It could have been real bad.
You're gambling and your child sitting in a car. Child can't even go to the bathroom, can't eat, can't do nothing.
Kevin Richardson says as a parent, he knows not to leave a 4-year-old alone for 8 seconds, let alone 8+ hours.
She's going to be in trouble, and she got to answer for it from the law and plus from above. It's just a sad case, real sad case.
Now, as for this 4-year-old little girl that was in that car for so long, police say thankfully she is okay. Social services is involved and the child is staying with relatives tonight. As for Brown, she is facing 3 charges, including second-degree child abuse, and at last check, she was still in jail. Live tonight in Anne Arundel County in Hanover, I'm Tom Rousey, ABC 7 News.
Unbelievable. Tom, thank you.
That's how you gained custody of your daughter.
That's not how I gained it. That's how I started the case. I had to prove that I was a more fit parent, or because I asked for full custody, but I didn't expect it, and I had to prove basically I was more of a fit parent at the time than she was. So, along with that casino incident, was the actual trial and all of the things that kind of transpired through 3 years or a year and a half worth of court proceeding. It took me 3 years to actually get into have a trial. So during those 3 years, I was following custody plans by the courts. I was following all the rules that they had in place. This woman was not following any of the rules. She would disrupt the orders on purpose. It got so bad to a point where I was delegated to a visitation center just to go and see my daughter. And I would go and she would create problems at the visitation center to the point where they had to call the police on her as well.
So did the state have custody of the child after she left her in the car? Your baby in the car?
The state didn't take immediate custody, no. When I went to file the like maybe 2 days after that happened, Child Protective Services had already been involved and they had a safety plan in place. So they didn't take custody of my daughter, but they made a plan, according to the Department of Social Services, they made a plan to have a safety plan in place whatever that might mean. I'm not really sure. Social workers can be more descriptive about it, but the plan was to ensure that this child is safe, monitored with mom. They had a caseworker to go and visit who she never communicated with. The caseworker on the CPS case, when that happened, was having so much issues trying to communicate with her mom. So that's pretty much why she stayed. That's why custody remained with mom and not to the state at that time.
I'm confused. So she left her in a hot car all these hours. It was on CNN.
Cold.
And they let her keep custody of that baby.
Maryland is a mom state, and it is so hard to prove that no matter what you try to prove or no matter what you do, they will not immediately separate the child from their mom. And I'm living proof of that. No matter if you leave the child in the car for 8 hours a day, a 4-year-old, and it wasn't hot. It was New Year's Eve. We're in Maryland. It was almost 3 degrees outside during that time. So it wasn't hot. It was freezing cold. That wasn't enough. I can send you the direct, the actual court documents of the family trial, and you can read through it and see exactly what what instances I'm talking about. But that wasn't enough. I had to go through all of that, and the judge had to see, finally, she has done so much that this child is not safe or not deemed safe with her in her care. When that happened, her mom made a claim that I was abusing my daughter. So now the state gets back involved and takes my child immediately.
What did the mom say about you?
She said, well, it was a slew of allegations to the department. The first one was I was abusing my daughter. The second one was because she staged a runaway while I had her in my care, and I recorded it, and she didn't know about it. So the next allegation was I was taking the cameras that she didn't even know about, and I was selling them to the highest bidding child pornography buyer online. The third one was now I'm just outright molesting my daughter. Or the fourth, I'm sorry.
Okay. So now you got another case on you. So what happens with that case?
So CPS opens up their investigation. They take custody of my daughter and they place her in foster care. So now she's not deemed to be with mom. We have to investigate dad. So they take all allegations as if it were true until they're debunked. So they removed her from my care, debunked the allegations, and when it was time for her to be returned to my care, that's when she vanished.
So she just took the baby and left, and then now you have not seen your daughter since that.
I believe she knows where she is. I have to be careful about what I allege in a sense, but I believe she knows exactly where this child is, and she always has. She has not posted one picture of this child on her page and has a husband who has like you said, #1 syndicate radio who can get the word out of a missing child if this child were really missing.
So is there a missing report on this missing child on your daughter?
Absolutely. She is on the National Missing and Exploited Children's website.
What? So you reached out to Tigger. At what point did you reach out to Tigger?
When I found
Big
out
Tigger.
they were involved. I guess when he announced he was having a baby.
Okay. And how did that conversation go?
There was none. It was me sending a message. It was me congratulating him on his firstborn. I told him exactly my purpose and my mission in this message. It wasn't to create any type of, turmoil between them two. Do you know anything about this? Was my question. I never got a response. In fact, he started blocking people that started asking more questions about the missing child versus whatever the post he made up that day. And this isn't to vilify him at all. This is just what happened.
Okay. So now you see your child's mother trending. She appears to be bruised, crying, alluding to Big Tigger putting hands on her. What is your initial reaction when you see it?
I watched the video about 3 times and I didn't see any tears and I didn't see any timestamp on the video. And it made me sick to my stomach to see how many people allowed one video of someone crying with injuries to just sway their opinion to say a man did that to her. No one knows where that video came from, what it was even about. She could have fell off a bike for all you knew or fell down a hill. I'm not saying he didn't do it, but I'm not saying he did either. My first initial reaction was my own experiences with this. She lies and she will go that distance to lie if it means to get her child from this man or if she has an agenda at hand.
Okay, so you felt like it was just another one of her scenes. She had did her big one.
I felt like there was a matter of time that something would happen. I didn't think she would follow the same manuscript, but I knew he would be the next victim in this long laundry list of bodies.
Ladies, your period shouldn't feel like a medical emergency every month. Yamaya's Give helps women who are tired of suffering through painful cycles, heavy bleeding, and chronic exhaustion. Founded by certified clinical herbalist Yamaya, the brand challenges the idea that surgery is the only option for uterine fibroids. Instead, women are empowered through clinical education, targeted herbal supplements, and deep nourishment. Reclaim your health by visiting yamayasgift.com. Meet Umi, and no, it's not an AI, the shower in a pouch built for our busy lives. Umi is a large pre-moistened essential oil infused disposable towel designed to make you feel human again when a full shower isn't an option at the time. They are so versatile, you can even pop it in the microwave to warm or chill it for a cooling refresh. They are also perfect for travel, gym, camping, and caregiving. Support this authentic, Black-owned, family-built brand. Get refreshed on the go at tryumi.com. Missing contracts by just a few points? Struggling with compliance issues, rush proposals, or last-minute chaos? That's not a winning strategy at all. At The Bidding Business, they turn bids into wins. They help businesses secure more contracts with strategic bidding sourcing, proposal preparation, compliance reviews, and full-service bid management. Whether you're pursuing government contracts or commercial opportunities, their experts will help you to create a stronger, smarter, and more competitive proposal that stands out. Book your bid audit today at thebiddingbusiness.com and start winning with confidence. Okay. Like I said, I'm not saying anything did or didn't happen to Alicia. She did allude to asking his co-host, telling us to ask, Francesca, why don't you ask my husband what happened to me? Like I said, she was alluding to it. She did post on her stories that she was alleging and alluding to him beating her. He is trying to ignore it. I did get word that he will be he wasn't present today for the morning show, so I'm sure that he's being actively investigated, by the company or whatnot. And so back to your daughter. So she's 17 now.
Yes.
And what do you want from Big Tigger? What would you like for him to do?
I want him to tell the truth. I want him, because I'm getting messages as recently as yesterday that people dropped my child off to their house and picked them up from school. So I want him to tell the truth if he knows how. And I want him to be honest in saying, did you know about this? And if so, for how long? Because now you're going to find yourself in the same situation that I'm in. She's going to take your child. She's going to barricade herself with the court system. And then you'll be playing catch up and trying to do all the things that I'm doing right now.
So I feel like it's a very, kind of tricky situation. With him being the husband, he's not that child's father. The fact that you would reach out to him to say, hey, I need to see my baby, there's no telling what she told him. So that's probably why he just kind of wanted to stay out of it. But now that there is an active missing persons report, without him doing any research, I mean,
So see, that's the thing. It's not a now thing. This has been since 2019. She's had 2 more children since 2019, one being someone else's, the other being his. So in that time frame of any type of dating, I've been saying the story's been out. My issue is not the fact that you were protecting your woman at the time. My issue is that you didn't do any research on your own. And now you're about to go through the same things that I went through. I hope not, but this is the same person, just at a bigger scale.
So she is Alicia Brown, your baby mother, his wife, is a fugitive.
No, she's not a fugitive. She's not a wanted woman. She's a suspect. She's not a wanted person. She has no warrants. The reason why she's not in jail, or the reason that nobody can say mom kidnapped daughter, is because we can't prove and we can't put them in the same, well, not we, but no one can put them together, or we haven't seen them. But that doesn't mean once I figure out this puzzle that people won't be held accountable, and the people that's been helping her, because she's not doing this by herself. This has been 7 years of missing, but my daughter is 17. So she has resources. She is a cybersecurity expert, and I believe that my daughter has a new identity and has been operating under such in Atlanta. So Tigger, if you don't want this to be the same type of outcome where now this is the one you married, you know exactly what she's capable of, tell the truth.
All right. Where can people find you, follow you, give you information on your daughter? My platform is very big, and I'm sure word is going to spread really fast. Your daughter may even watch this. Who knows? What do you want to say to your daughter first, and then what do you want to, where can people find you?
To my daughter, I miss you. I miss you, and I miss you so much. I cannot wait to see you. I need to see you. I miss you. I have never stopped looking for you from the day that you left. I miss you. As far as how to reach me, I can be reached on YouTube. My handle is the same as my Instagram handle. It's a real_simple and the number 1. That's my YouTube. My Instagram is real simple. And I'm trying to think. You can reach me on Facebook, but it's the tags and everything is all on my Instagram handle.
Okay. Thank you so much for coming forward. I'm sorry it's under unfortunate circumstances. Hopefully everything will be rectified. My prayers go out to everybody involved. I know Francesca, the co-host of Big Tigger's, has done an interview and has adamantly denied any sort of affair. Alicia has been under comments stating that she was going to divorce Big Tigger, I guess, for cheating. And things of that such. And so we'll just kind of have to wait and see. But in the meantime, I do hope that you are reunited with your daughter, at least by this Father's Day. So happy early Father's Day. And like I said, it's a very tough situation. And yeah.
Well, I definitely appreciate it. And the time that you gave me and the exposure, we're going to keep searching until we find answers. And this is the last thing I want to say. To all the people that have a question for me about why am I using this opportunity of her quote unquote alleged domestic violence to bring this up. And I'm going to ask you this. If your child was missing, do you think there's a bad time to ask, hey, have you seen my child? I don't think so.
Well, I mean, I think the stories kind of run parallel. And so you're seeing a playbook kind of happen again in its early stages. And yeah. And you're the only one that can speak on Alicia's character. Can't nobody else.
Yep.
And her credibility. Against someone who has a very, very clean record and reputation.
And she will try to tarnish it the same way she did mine, the same way she did the previous father, and then run. But it didn't work. So she had to leave the state. If it doesn't work in Atlanta, she's going to leave. And this is what's going to happen.
Okay. Thank you so much, Darrell. I appreciate you, and we'll be in contact, okay?
Thank you. Have a good one.
All right, you too. LaToya Odom.
TashaK.
Are you Jamal Bryant, the preacher, the minister, the fornicator? Is he your baby daddy?
He is.
Is he a present father?
Never has been.
How did you meet Mr. Bryant?
He found me on MySpace. This is how old this is. He befriends me on MySpace, and then I start looking into all of his little profiles. Like, oh, he's married. He just asked me to be his massage therapist. So I'm trying to figure out the 2 and 2, like, what is going on? And he was like, well, I'm going through a divorce. He's like, I want to get a massage. Come to the hotel. I'll pay you whatever. And I'm going to church tonight. This is when it gets crazy. He said I seduced him.
You massaged?
Yeah, I massaged him.
Naked?
Next thing I know, clothes coming off. So we have sex.
Protected?
No. Louisiana people say, you know how you could tell there's alligators in the water? Go and test the water. Is it wet? The alligator's in the water. So you know I'm fertile. I just told you. So you came to the water wet, with no condom, no nothing.
He nutted in you.
I got pregnant on the first try.
There has been child support paid to you.
The last payment I received was $96. And John loves him. One day he told me, he said, Mommy, I love you and I love my daddy.
So he was helping at some point.
John really believes his dad. This is what he said at 2. He said, Mommy, I want to go see my daddy. So I dressed him up at 2. He was in Atlanta and I took him. Do you know Jamal never touched him? Just looked at him. They had a staring contest.
You mind if I talk to you, baby? Can you sit down? That's why I don't like him. He's on my platform. You don't want your hair fall out, the skin to be bad and everything. Guys, you know our bodies are like plants. I don't like capsules. I don't take capsules. That's why I opt for liquid vitamins that I don't need a whole capsule, because you know they got them big bottles, them liquids is thick and it's like it's too much. These are drops. You don't have to take them with food. They absorb. 97% of the vitamins and minerals that our body is made out of is in this bottle. This is extracted sea moss. It's the most potent, natural organic vitamins that you're going to get. Dr. Sebi, all the health gurus are behind this. I love it. This is the sea moss skin. We also have the sea moss pineapple there, sea moss mango, sea moss detox drops as well, which has chlorophyll and dandelion and things like that for the skin, for the gut. All of these, this is one of our most popular products on the site. Use my coupon code TK10 to get 10% off your first order. Don't forget, guys, oil of oregano, I keep it with me. I'm traveling this weekend. I will be traveling with my oil of oregano, being that there's hantavirus, Ebola, everything else out there. This just makes me feel like I am cured. Okay, and so research behind this says oil of oregano is that bitch, okay? I haven't been sick. Don't plan on getting sick. And and so 100% raw oil of oregano extracted, okay? This is UK made. They extract their products with a higher care of love. They don't even allow preservatives and stuff over there in the UK unless it's like vitamin C or something like that. Their health standards are good. That's why everybody's skinny over there, skinty. And they smoke. And they still live a long life. What do you know? Okay? So here's the thing. So oil of oregano, a lot of celebrities swear by this. I swear by this, okay? Try it. I'm telling you. 5 drops, not droppers. Just 5 little drops in your water. Use my coupon code TK10 to get 10% off your first order. You can see videos of oil of oregano being put on viruses and bacteria and eradicating them, okay? This was a top seller, too, during the COVID era as well, too. So, I can't say a cure. I'm not a doctor or anything like that. Ain't nobody finna coach stormy me. Not today. Not ever. I'm just telling you what it does for me and what the research says, but I can't say what it's going to do for you, but look at the reviews on shoptkdeals.com, okay? Don't forget, guys, if you are an aspiring author, okay, you wrote a book, We have a book club now on HlTTlNG.com. If you want your book premiered here on the show so that we can, the winos can support, please hit us at HlTTlNG.com/book-club to speak to one of my digital sales agents to discuss us promoting your book over here, okay? And that goes for all ads, okay? HlTTlNG.com/advertise, or go to advertise to talk to one of our digital sales agents to think about, to get your brand promoted on the platform, okay? I love you guys. My headache is gone, huh? Who? Oh, guys, if you are a single man or know a single man that's over the age of 25, hell, over the age of 30, that just wants to talk about being single, why? We're not trying to hook nobody up. We're just trying to get in the minds of the man. Letting the men tell their story for once. Women always out here talking. We want to hear from the men. We need to hear from the men, okay? So we know how to better deal with men. Go to HlTTlNG.com/casting, okay? Casting. Winos. I love y'all.